As you know, the center of attention today, of course, is Iran. And I don't have to go into anything classified to say that it is clear that Iran desires nuclear weapons and is embarked on a nuclear weapons program. And this raises very serious questions in the Middle East. The diplomacy of Secretary Rice and Undersecretary Burns, I think, has been excellent. I am worried about, and we worried rather seriously, as many of you know, on the 12th of July, there was a 6-week bombing campaign after Israeli soldiers were killed and kidnapped against Hezbollah. Hezbollah fought well in that environment, and Hezbollah is a very strong arm of the, it acts in many cases, it's not completely subjected to Iran, but it is a paramilitary outfit, and it's a terrorist organization. Let me tell you very bluntly, I've spoken about this publicly in the past, when I was a National Intelligence Officer for Counterterrorism, when I worked as Deputy Chief of the Counterterrorism Center at CIA. We worked very hard against the terrorist wing, the Islamic Jihad Council, which is headed by Ahmad Magnia, who has a lot of American blood on his hands. I've talked to families and to, you may remember TWA, maybe you don't, you're too young, 847 in June '85, where a diver, a great American, Steedham, was murdered, thrown on the tarmac. Believe me, there are still accounts to be settled with Hezbollah. It is a terrorist organization. And I get rather emotional because I have met people that have suffered who have lost loved ones as a result of this law.
Zbigniew Brzezinski, the National Security Advisor in the Carter administration.
Yes.
Just this month before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee called the Bush administration's ideological struggle against radical Islam, quote, simplistic and demagogic, as well as, quote, a mythical historical narrative, and furthermore pointed to a, quote, provocation in Iraq or a terrorist act in the U.S. to be blamed on Iran, culminating in a, his quote, defensive U.S. military action against Iran that plunges a lonely America into a spreading and deepening quagmire ranging across Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. This dramatic warning, coming from the intelligence official most responsible for mobilizing Islamic fundamentalist mujahideen against the Soviets using the CIA in Pakistan and Afghanistan in the 70s, points to manufactured intelligence and manufactured terrorist events by our own government as being the gravest threats that Americans and indeed the world faces today. Do you disagree?
I don't know who said that. You said it. Zbigniew Brzezinski said it. I don't think he said it.
It's a matter of record, sir. You can look on the internet.
I can say this: the intelligence that I have worked on, and which I take great pride in, as an intelligence officer, both overseas and at home, there has never been anything but the most objective and honest intelligence that I have presented. I stand on my record, and my record I think is second to none when it comes to providing warning intelligence to administrations of various degrees, whether Democratic or Republican. As you know, I gave warning of war and warning of attack of Saddam's takedown of Kuwait back in July and August of 1990. I also warned of the buildup between Kashmir, over Kashmir, between India and Pakistan, in the winter and spring of 1990. So I stand on my own record.
And what happened before 9/11?
And pardon me.
What happened before 9/11? What happened to your warnings?
I was not in warning at this time. I did a collection, but I'm not here to defend or say that there's not been mistakes made in intelligence. There have. At the same time, I know as far as I'm concerned, there's never been any politicization of any intelligence that I've ever prepared or ever written, and anything that I give to Secretary Chertoff is done in the most honest and objective way possible. And I take my analysts, They come from all walks of life and all backgrounds. Some come from pure intelligence backgrounds, some from law enforcement backgrounds. We give it the most objective, analytic effort and discipline possible, and I'm very proud of what we do.
Another question, right here.
As a history student, I've been following, you mentioned the plot. I would like to see more